Today I'm planning to talk about wood pens, like wood model auxiliary verb. This is also we call it as helping verb. We use the simple word would has a lot of jobs in English. It's a model auxiliary verb, which basically means it modifies other verbs to create different effects. Would is used to express polite request, invitations, or offers. We use would to politely request someone. That time we use and invitation, offers, and reported speech also we use would. Repeated actions in the past, willingness in the past, hypothetical situations, conditional sentences, wishes, talk about preferences, and finally, last one, opinions. That is a lot of cover in the. Okay, let me start. Make polite request. Make polite requests. It's always a good idea to ask for things politely in English. If you say close the window to someone, you will sound very demanding. Even if you add please, it will still sound like you are ordering them to do something. Demanding, if we say someone close the window means it makes other person to you are demanding that person to do something. You are ordering. That person feels like that. So yeah, when we use would, it will more polite to ask uh, someone to do that thing to get things done from that person. We should be in polite way. We should polite in asking things with other people. So close the window. You are not the boss of me. Close it yourself. When we say without adding would, so we get the answer like this. Instead, we use would to ask politely. Polite. Would you close the window, please? Sure, I would be happy to. When we use would, it is more polite to ask. Notice that the structure is would plus you plus base verb. Uh, base verb we already once I have so I told about these regular verbs, base verbs, and like present verb. Like if past tense is um, wanted, then present tense will come want. So base verb here. Uh, while doing, I'll explain. To make invitations or offers. Let's say you want to invite someone to come to your home for tea. Let's say you want to invite someone to come to your home for tea. Since you are inviting them, not ordering them to come, you will want to say it politely. Again, we use would. When we want to invite someone to our home for having tea or any events, during that time we invite other guests or our friends. That time we should use would. Like instead of calling them, like you come, we come to our home. We should not ask in that way. Should be polite. Like how we should ask, would you like to come over for tea? Then they will say that would be lovely. Yeah, that would be lovely. They would also they would also answer in the same way, polite way. Here the structure is would plus you plus like to infinitive verb to. And the third one, in reported speech, the trick to using would in reported speech is simply to substitute it for the verb will in a direct speech. Your friend Maria says to you, yes, I will come over for tea tomorrow. You tell someone else, Maria said, She would come over for tea tomorrow. Reported means what someone has told, has said. So when we want to say same thing to other person, that time we that sentence will change like this. Your friend Maria says to you, yes, I will come over for tea tomorrow. Then same sentence, it will become like this when we use reported speech. You tell someone else, Maria said, here Maria says, here it has become past. Maria said she would come over for tea tomorrow. That is how we have to say. When we want to say someone, for example, if she tells she goes to the market, then the same sentence we want to tell to other person, that time we say like this. She said that she would go to the market. That is how that sentence will change in reported speech. The structure is simply would plus verb, previously used with will. Maria says to you, yes, I will come over for tea. Come is a base verb form, come, and would, yes, and subject. Maria is subject. To talk about repeated actions in the past, if you want to talk about an action done repeatedly in the past but not anymore, use would. When the actions happened in the past, that time repeatedly, repeated actions, that time also we use would. Like when I was a child, I would stay on my grandparents' farm every summer. When I was a child, I would stay on my grandparents' farm every summer, during every summer. That person, when that person was child. So during every summer, he used to go their grandparents' house. That is what it means. But this is only for action verbs. For state verbs, use used to or the past simple. There are action verbs which are like run, go. They are action verbs. State verbs means a feeling, which is feeling love, emotion. Those are, I will explain those words next time. Used to. I used to feel lonely a lot when I was younger. See here, I used to. Like these are all emotion. When we use emotion, that time we should add used to. I used to feel lonely. This is your emotion. That is your loneliness, like love, feelings. When we use verbs like this, that time we have to use used to. I used to feel lonely a lot when I was younger. When I was younger, that time feel loneliness. In the past time, these are all in past. Simple past, I felt lonely a lot when I was. This sentence also we can use. Simple past tense also we can say, we can convey this tense by using this one. By taking this simple past, we can also use. I felt lonely a lot when I was younger. To talk about willingness in the past, someone is eager to do things, so that time also we can use would. If you want to say how willing or happy someone was to do something in the past, you can use would. This is typically a negative statement, however, so in that case it's would not. When we want to say that sentence which is in not positive, that time also we use, like we have to add not after would. She said she had a plan, but she would not tell me what it was. She said she had a plan, she planned for something, and that lady, she would not tell to that person, opposite person, what it was. And so, which is in negative. She had planned to do something, but that She didn't reveal her plan. That is what it means. Just add not to the structure. Here, this would form. Next, we have to add not. Here, would plus not plus base form. Tell. Base form. Tell. Would plus not base form. Tell. These are all base form. Tell, go, run, walk. These are all action verbs we have to use. In stative verbs, those are different, like feelings, emotions, and in hypothetical situation means we imagine. Sometimes, usually, everybody has this imagine and we dream like that. When you talk about an unreal or imaginary situation, the structure is would plus base form, and you can talk about both actions and states of being. Action. He would give you whatever you needed. He would give his action word. He would give you whatever you needed. This one is action. And the next one, state. He would love to get a job that paid better. That state of that condition, that moment, how that person he's love to he loves to work where he get more paid for his job. He would love to get a job that paid better. It tells its condition of that sentence. Love this one is stated, loving. And next one, in conditional sentences, both the second and third conditionals use would in their construction. Conditionals have two clauses in an if clause and then clause. Each conditional form is used for a different purpose. purpose. Second conditional to express an unlikely or impossible outcome in the present. If clause. If plus subject plus past simple. If subject, that person, first person, then past simple, then clause, then plus subject plus would plus base form. Often then is implied without being written. If I had enough room in my house. If I subject and past simple had. If I had enough room in my house, then I would get a piano. Conditionally, in conditional sentences, we talk like this. If I had enough money, if I had studied well, then I would have get good marks. That is how we say. If I had enough money, I would get a house, or I would get a beautiful dress. That is how we can form sentence. These are all conditionals. If I had enough room in my house, then I would get a piano, because due to uh, not having enough space in his room, so he dropped that plan to buying a piano. If I had enough room in my house, not having enough room in his house, so he didn't buy piano. If he had enough rooms, so he would have bought a piano. That is what it means. Since he's not having rooms and all, so he didn't buy. If I had enough room, then I would get a piano. When the, when the if clause comes first, you must put a comma after it. When we use if, here we have to put comma. When if comes first, here we have to if I had. That is a If the sentence starts from then, we don't need to add any comma. I would get a piano here. I would get a piano if I had enough room in my house. Here we have to put. I would get a piano if I had enough room in my. Let me check once again. When the if clause comes first, you must put a comma after it before the then clause. When then comes first, you don't need a comma. When if comes first, here we have to put. Third conditional, third conditional, to talk about a hypothetical situation in the past, we usually use this in the negative to talk about something that might have had a different outcome. Sometimes the outcome is positive and sometimes negative. Positive result. If she hadn't gone to the dance, if she hadn't gone to the dance, we would never have met. We would never have met. So she had gone. That's why they have met. If she hadn't gone, they would not meet her. That is what it means here. Hypothetical situation in the past. We usually use this negative to talk about something that might have had a different outcome. Sometimes the outcome is positive and sometimes negative. Like if it has not happened, then one first action, if it is not taken place, then this one also not happened. Like if she hadn't gone to the dance, we would never have met. So that means she had gone dance. So we would meet these people, met her because she had gone. If she hadn't gone, then they have no chance to meet her. That is what it means. Negative result. They would have found the restaurant. They would have found the restaurant if they had followed my directions. So one person given direction, like how to go, how to reach that place, restaurant, and these people missed it, not followed what that person has given directions. According to that, they didn't follow. If they had followed, they have reached. That is what it means. They would have found the restaurants if they had followed my directions. So they didn't follow your directions. So they didn't reach that place where they have to go, that restaurant, because of they went different directions. So they lost themselves to reach that restaurant. So this person was telling they should have followed my directions. If they have followed, they would have reached that. They would have found these restaurants. Since they were not followed my directions, so they didn't reach. That is what it means. The structure here are a bit more complex. If clause, if plus subject plus past perfect, then clause subject plus would have, not never. These are all easy. Conditionals are easy. I can make our own sentences. To express wishes. To express wishes. If someone is annoying me, I might say, I wish they would stop doing that. If someone is irritating, that time we say that it would be better if they stop doing like this. I wish they would stop doing. To express, we express things like I wish that something should go to happen. I wish it would become true. That is how we wish in our day-to-day life. That time we wish. That time these are all. Let me explain. That time you will come to know. I wish it would stop raining. If we want to go outside for some things, some events, that time we also uh, wish like this. I wish it would stop for some time. So before get to home, before reaching home, it should not rain. That is how we say. It would be better if it's not raining till we reach home. And like some other places where you want to go, or some other wishes we also make. That time we use would. I wish it would stop raining. So this person like to stop raining. And Hedda wishes, Hedda wishes she could have chocolate for breakfast every day. She would like to have chocolate every day for breakfast. She likes to eat chocolate. She wishing that every day for breakfast she likes to eat the chocolates for her everyday breakfast. She wishing to eat. She is expressing her wish every day. Even when we were kids, that time also, we used to say, if I had more money, then I would buy more chocolates. When we were kids, we usually have these wishes. And wish statements are constructed like this: subject plus wish plus subject, would, could plus base form. To talk about preferences, we are almost when there is more than one option available, you express your preference with subject, would, rather, base form. We have either salmon or chicken for dinner. So we have to choose one of them. We have either salmon or chicken for dinner. I would rather have the salmon. This person is like to have this salmon fish, I think. The options are not always spelled out, but the preferences is still clear. It's cold here. It's cold here. Yeah, I would rather live in the south. This person prefer to live in south, like to live in south. We also use would when we prefer to do something. Then the option here they given two options. Which one, like for dinner? In both, this person like to have this one. Another way to say the same thing is would prefer. Another way to say the same thing is would prefer. We also use another way of using would, like prefer. Prefer also means the same, would. The only difference in structure is that the word following prefer is a to infinitive. Subject plus would prefer to. Prefer is generally more formal than rather. In a casual, oh, prefer and rather also means the same. I'm sorry. Prefer is generally more formal than rather. Rather also we use it. Rather and prefer also means the same. Prefer is generally more formal than rather. In a casual conversation, you will most likely hear and use rather. You can ask someone's preference using the same phrases, but the structure changes slightly. Would plus subject plus rather or prefer, base form, to infinitive. Would you prefer salmon or chicken for dinner? Like prefer also means the rather. Would you prefer salmon or chicken for dinner? Salmon, please. To give opinions. Finally, the last one. To give opinions also we use would. Using would when giving your opinion can either be simply polite or it can express that you are not sure you are correct. So this time also we use when we give our opinions, and at that time we are not sure about. That time we use would. I would think, I would imagine, I would guess. When we are not sure about what to choose and all, that time also we use would politely to express things. Should we go ahead and publish the article? I would think we need to wait and make sure the editor is okay with it. So someone is asking, should we go ahead and publish the article? This person is not sure about whether that editor is okay with it, and I would think this person wanted to think about that. We need to wait and make sure the editor is okay with it. More polite than I think we need to. Yeah, very polite way of saying I would think rather saying I think we need to. I would think we need to wait and make sure the editor is okay with it. She looks she looks really tired. She looks really tired. I would imagine it's been exhausting with the new baby at home. So she looks really tired when she's having baby. So she looks really tired. This person can imagine her situation at that moment. So I would imagine it's been exhausting with the new baby at home. Lot of works to do when the babies are small, and so she taking care of her baby. She looks really tired. So this person can imagine how her situation at that time. What do we do now? What do we do now? I would guess he would want us to call his mom for help. I would guess. This person guessing, he wanted that people to call his mom for help. So these are all would how to use in sentences. I hope you understand this. Yeah. Thank you. Bye for now.